Bull riding, when is a guaranteed punishment. It isn't about if you'll get hurt, it's about when.
On the climb, and it could start right here. Ooh.
Panda tracks a little on the mean side. Ooh. Right into the middle of the vest. Rolls over.
Bones snap, jaws shatter, organs tear, and it all happens in under 8 seconds.
I knew. I was like, son of a bitch, I just broke my neck.
What you're about to see are 10 of the most brutal wrecks in bull riding history, proof that when real bulls fight back, even the toughest cowboys don't stand a chance. Let's start with the legendary J.B. Mooney. J.B. Mooney wasn't just another cowboy on the circuit, he was the cowboy, the one who could climb on the meanest bull in the pen and make it look easy. Yet, the biggest name in the sport came to an end. Mooney's final ride came on September 6, 2023, against a bull named Arctic Assassin at the Lewiston Roundup in Idaho. It looked like just another ride until it went wrong in a heartbeat. Mooney got set down behind the bull's hip, got launched, and landed on the back corner of his head. He'd landed like that 1,000 times before, but this time was different. He knew it instantly. His legs were already busted up, but now he could feel it. His neck was broken.
Felt it. Felt like somebody stuck a hot knife right in the back of my neck, and I broke my back before, so I knew. I was like, son of a bitch, I just broke my neck.
Even then, he walked himself out of the arena, calm as ever, telling the bullfighters and medics exactly what happened. Days later, surgeons put in rods, plates, screws, and told him his career was over. And just like that, the toughest cowboy of his generation was finally stopped. Then there's Chase Outlaw, who didn't just get knocked down, he got his whole face shattered and rebuilt. Chase Outlaw walked into Cheyenne Frontier Days in 2018 with swagger. He looked ready, confident. The gate swung open, and seconds later, disaster hit.
On the climb, and it could start right here. Ooh.
A head-on collision with the bull didn't just knock him down, it blew his face apart.
Colby, there's nothing in the world that compares to a shot like that.
No, absolutely not.
Literally, Outlaw's injuries were so severe just that doctors had to rebuild his face using 68 screws, 12 plates, and 4 surgical meshes. It was like putting a puzzle back together, only this puzzle was a man's skull.
Wow. Chase out.
Most people would have called it quits right there. Not Outlaw. He came back, scarred, but unbroken. Saying quitting was never an option.
Welcome back, Chase.
68 screws and 11 plates in his face.
Fans couldn't believe it. His toughness turned him into something bigger than a rider. He became proof that cowboys don't just fall, they rise again. If you thought Chase Outlaw had it bad, wait until you hear what happened to Casey Hayes. Casey Hayes knew. Panda Tracks wasn't a bull you underestimated. The bull had a reputation for sky-high vertical kicks that made even pros nervous. As soon as the chute opened, Panda Tracks lived up to the hype, launching Hayes straight into the air like a rag doll.
1.9. Panda Tracks a little on the mean side. Hey! He's out.
He slammed into the dirt hard, but the wreck wasn't finished. The bull came down with a hoof that crushed straight into his face. The sound of bones cracking was so loud his parents heard it from the stands. Hayes later admitted he heard it too, and that sound haunted him. The arena fell silent, the kind of silence that comes when everyone realizes they've just witnessed something awful. It wasn't just another wreck, it was a reminder of how unforgiving bull riding really is. Hayes got stomped, but Jenkins, he got stuck, spun, and kicked into the dirt. LJ Jenkins had been on a roll, strong rides, good scores, and the kind of confidence you carry when things are clicking.
Jenkins in the chutes, the New Mexico native.
Then came Fully Loaded. The chute opened, the bull came out swinging, and almost instantly, the nightmare happened. Jenkins's hand got caught in the rope. That's the one thing every rider dreads, because once you're hung up, you're not in control anymore. Fully Loaded bucked hard, and spinning and dragging Jenkins across the dirt on like a dead weight. While he was down, the bull didn't stop. He took kicks to the stomach, to the arm, and who knows where else.
See it here with the clock. I think it's clearly a buck off, but watch this get cranked around now as we keep rolling this forward.
When it was over, doctors confirmed his arm was fractured, but it could have been so much worse. Jenkins kept it simple afterward. He just said he got unlucky. That's bull riding. Only a cowboy could talk that casually about getting beaten half to death. Then came Alvaro Alvarez, who got shut off like a switch. At the 2018 Global Cup, Alvaro Alvarez drew a bull named Take the Gamble. The name fit a little too well. As soon as the gate opened, the gamble ended in blood. Within seconds, the bull's horn smashed straight into Alvarez's head.
Alvarez comes over the, oh boy.
It was so violent, the entire arena froze. Thousands of fans, loud one moment, silent the next. Alvarez dropped instantly. No time to react, no time to recover. Medical staff rushed out, treating it like life or death. For a moment, that's exactly what it looked like.
And we saw a couple riders yesterday.
Alvarez eventually came around, but he was badly concussed. Later, speaking through a translator, he said he'd be back, but he admitted he had to put his health first this time. It was a rare moment, where you could see the sport's danger so clearly, one ride away from disaster. Alvarez showed that in bull riding, 1 second of bad luck can erase years of preparation. Coming up next is McKennon Wimberly, who got headbutted, not once, but twice. With the crowd on their feet, McKennon Wimberly took off on a bull called mobandy.com. For him, it was just another ride, but what followed was 2 hard strikes and zero memory of what came next. The first blow came when his head smashed directly into the bull's skull. That was terrible. But before he could even process that, the bull caught him again with another violent slam as he fell. 2 headshots in 5 seconds.
Right there. And then the big hit comes right here.
The impact knocked him out cold. When he woke up, he didn't remember the ride, the fall, or even what happened afterward. On top of that, his jaw was broken. To make matters worse, he had already been dealing with a shoulder injury before the wreck. Now, it meant a long recovery, multiple injuries, piled up at once. His sister later updated fans, saying it could have been worse, and that's it. Up next is One Bad Buck, and Scott Schiffner was out cold. Scott Schiffner was riding at the 2008 World Cup in Nashville. He was seconds away from what could have been a massive score. Everything looked solid until the bull decided to kick things up a notch.
What was going to be a huge score if he'd stayed with him another second. And he's got Gold Bell wine. And he is out.
The buck was harder than expected, and Schiffner lost his balance. He slammed into the dirt head first, and that was all it took. No horn, no hoof, just the ground itself, and it was enough to knock him out cold. The arena went quiet, and as fans watched him lie motionless, medics rushed in, checking for signs of movement.
Scott Schiffner being taken out of the arena, and as you can hear, the crowd cheering J-Dub.
It was a harsh reminder that sometimes the bull doesn't have to do anything extra. The dirt can be just as dangerous. For Schiffner, the wreck was short but brutal, a moment where even the toughest crowd held their breath. Then we have the final ride for J.W. Hart, but it ended face down in the dirt. In 2015, J.W. Hart got on a bull named King Buck at the PBR Decatur event. It was supposed to be a celebration, a strong ride, a proud moment, and maybe one last nod to a legendary career.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it. He's there. Yeah, it's on.
But King Buck didn't give him a graceful goodbye. He gave him a knockout. Hart held on like he always did, but right at the end, things went bad. Fast. The bull reared back hard, sent Hart off balance, and slammed him straight down on his head.
Yeah. Oh.
No time to recover. He was out cold. The arena flipped from cheers to silence in seconds. It was a reminder that even legends can get wrecked. Hart always rode with grit, never backing down. That night, though, the bull reminded everyone why he's called king. Then there's Douglas Duncan, who got spun like crazy by Chicken Fried. Douglas Duncan's wreck might be one of the strangest looking in bull riding history. He was riding a bull called Chicken Fried when things went sideways fast. Instead of a clean buck off, Duncan got hung up in the rope.
And he really needed that season best in Fresno last week or he was going to get cut.
And then it got ugly. The bull spun so violently that Duncan rotated a full 360 degrees around the bull's body. From the stands, it almost looked unreal, like something out of a cartoon. But this wasn't funny. Spinning like that can tear a rider's shoulders apart, shred ligaments, and cause serious internal injuries. Duncan was being whipped around, and fans said it looked like he was literally being fried alive. Somehow, he managed to walk away afterward, but it was one of those rides people never forget because of how bizarre and terrifying it looked. And just when you think you've seen it all, Lonnie West takes a hit that tears his liver. Lonnie West entered the 2018 PBR World Finals with big hopes. He wasn't just there to compete. He wanted to win it all, but then came hostage, the mighty bull.
All that prep turns into some horrible aftermath.
The bull came out bucking with violent force, slamming straight into West's side. At first, it looked like a tough fall, but the damage went much deeper. The impact left him with a torn liver, one of the most dangerous injuries a rider can face.
Puts him back. I mean, that bull there, sometimes you see a bull pull a foot. That one didn't pull a foot at all, and that's
A broken bone heals, but a liver tear is life-threatening. Within seconds, his finals were over. Fans who had been cheering suddenly went quiet, realizing just how close he came to not just ending his career, but his life. For West, that night ended in pain and shock, a reminder that the worst injuries aren't always the ones you can see. So which wreck shocked you the most? Do you see bull riding as fearless or just insane? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, we'd love to hear, and if you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe for more stories of grit, wrecks, and riders who just won't quit.